Hello everyone, MightyNifty here, and today we are going to be making banana bread. This is based off of my recent DK64 review, and it is a great way to get rid of some bananas that might not be as ripe as they used to be. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is peel 3 bananas and place them into a bowl, and then you are just going to want to take your potato masher and mash the hell out of them. You're going to want to turn them into a paste, but you still might want some chunks in there because when you bite into the bread it'll give you a little burst of banana flavor. So moving on to our dry ingredients, we are going to be adding our flour, our baking powder, our baking soda, and our salt into a bowl, and we're just going to stir that up right now. I actually added my vanilla extract in here. I was a little off today, but no worries, it's not going to affect the recipe that much, so don't worry about that too much. Now, in a mixing bowl, we are going to mix our sugar and butter together. This butter should be around room temperature, definitely soft, and you just want to beat that until it is a pasty consistency. And then you want to continue by adding in your banana mixture. And these two items don't want to mix, which is why I'm using my electric mixer here, but you could definitely pull this off in a bowl. It would just take a little bit more effort. Keep in mind that if you are doing this by hand, it might be a bit difficult. It will take some time, but don't worry, the end result is definitely worth it. If you are doing this, just be aware that it is okay if you have some grains of sugar left over, but you want this to be as clear as possible. Once that's all taken care of, you want to add your eggs one at a time into this mixture, and yeah, just keep going until they disappear. That's pretty much it. Now it is the time to add your dry ingredients, and normally I would say add your wet to your dry. That is the traditional muffin method, but today we are going to be doing it a little differently because I already had the wet mixture in the mixing bowl, so I figured why not? The mixer's going to do all the work anyway, it's not a big deal. So add your dry mixture into your wet mixture, or vice versa if you're doing this by hand, and yeah, just combine until you can still see a little bit of flour, but most of it has disappeared. You do not want to overmix this. That is the #1 way to kill banana breads. Now your next step here is to add your chocolate chips. These are optional of course, but I find that using some bitter chocolate chips helps to contrast with the sweet sugar and adds a more rich flavor. On top of that, you want to take some walnuts, and I like to just take some whole walnuts and crush them in my hand, both because it releases the oils in the walnuts and it gets them into smaller pieces, but also because it just makes me feel like more of a man. Once you've taken care of that, the last thing you want to do is stir this together very gently. Again, do not overmix this. Still, once you're done with that, you have a perfectly beautiful and delicious banana bread mixture. So once you're done doing that, you want to transfer this mixture into a greased baking tin, and you want to cook this in your oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. If it's not done in an hour, put it in for an extra 5 minutes. You can tell by just throwing a toothpick in there, and if it comes out wet, throw it back in. If it comes out clean, you're done. Then you're just going to want to place this on a rack to cool, and yeah, once it's cool, give it a good cut and you are ready to eat. So I hope you try this recipe out. I hope you take a look at my DK64 review, and yeah, have a mighty nifty day today.